All right, welcome to MAT 122 College Algebra Online. My name is Chris Toma, and I will be your instructor. So I want to make this quick video just to help us navigate through some of these things. So if you come to the main course page, this is what you'll see. I have some stuff under handouts, how to register for Math Lab through the Pearson account. We'll go into that in more detail. A little determinants Excel sheet that we'll play with when we get into determinants. And these in-class problems. So typically these in-class problems are what I do inside the classroom, problems I practice. But I still left them up here for you to look at if you want. So if you click on them, there's some practice problems that I do in class, and then right below them is the solutions for every lesson I have. Over on the bookmarks is the link to the Pearson account along with our course ID code. You'll need this code to get into the course. I have a little TED Talk I like to show on the first day of class on the importance of using technology in mathematics. And then I have some lectures for 122 posted on my YouTube page. I'll be adding more lecture videos to it as the semester goes, so they're a little out of order right now, but they will be all in proper order very shortly. This video I will post on the course page because it's very specific to this course, while the videos on my YouTube channel are how to basically lectures for college algebra. So I have on the main page, you can see the syllabus. You can download it if you want, or it's all here for you to review. I highly encourage you to review it. It goes through course requirements and everything we're going to do, some of the big things. I take attendance based on the quiz. Quizzes are due Sunday night. We'll talk more about those when we get into Pearson. That's how I take my attendance, though. Quizzes make up half your grade. There's a midterm and a final. There is homework, but it's extra credit. Again, I'll cover that more when we get into Pearson. The midterm is not proctored. The final is. So make sure you read about proctored exams, and we'll talk about that as the semester comes down to the end. Again, this is all in here for you to read. And I scroll down to our end of the course requirements, and I've got it broken down for the next 13 weeks of what is you should be doing. I've got it broken down bi-weekly so that you can split things up, right? So you can obviously do it all in one day, but I recommend like taking part of the week and covering the first box. So like for week 1, take one day, cover sections 1 through 1-3. And then another part cover 1-4, 1-6, that way you're not so overwhelmed. Because I set this up like we met twice a week like we do in the classroom. So if you kind of follow that same concept, it may make the course not so overwhelming. I said there's some homework and a quiz each week. The quiz is the required grade. The homework is extra credit. So that's the syllabus. Again, I highly encourage you to look over it and send questions to me if you have any. All right, so go back to the main page here. And then, so if you have never used Pearson before, this Math Lab is a PDF on how to walk you through it. If you just forget the link, just click on the Pearson online homework, and again, there's the course code you will need. The course code gets you into my code. You need an access code to gain access to the software. Now, there is a way to get temporary access if you're waiting on funding. So you click on student, and then you go in there and register. And again, this is all in that PDF that can walk you through with pictures on how to do it. The fine print kind of here in the middle will be request temporary access if you don't have the funding right now. If you buy a book through the bookstore, then you will have the code with it. If you buy a used book, you might not have the code. I sent this all out in day 1 email, so please review the email. You can just buy the ebook, but you do need to access Pearson since this is an online course. So I'm going to sign in so we can talk a few things about Pearson. I found Google Chrome is the best browser. Edge works fairly well. Safari does not look so well, and Internet Explorer is also not working so well anymore. So Chrome seems to be good. I think Firefox works well as well. I just use Chrome for everything. So when you log in and create an account, especially if you already had a Pearson account, just log into your Pearson and you can add another course, right? If you've never had a Pearson account, then you have to create a new one. But if you've had a Pearson account, log into your current Pearson account and just add my course. So our course is the TOMA 10631 College Algebra. If you're watching this video for future courses, it'll probably change again, so just find our course. I'm not going to make a new video for every course. So when you finally get in, here is into Pearson. I don't use a lot of the additional features for Pearson. So as soon as this loads, I'll click on View Student as View as a Student. There we go. So you'll look similar to what you see. So you can see there's nothing here because I don't post a lot of other stuff because that's all on our CM Connect page. Oh, I guess I just took a minute to load. The keys are here is the e-text. So if you bought just the software code, here is the e-text. If you do the temporary access, you can come down here where it says purchase and options when your temporary access expires. Study plan is a place for you to go and practice problems. But I haven't created them. They're generic for the book. So lots of additional features in here. I recommend you just go to assignments for you. And hopefully they might not show up quite yet because, yeah, this course hasn't started. So I'm going to go back to manage so I can show you them. You'll be able to see them as soon as the course starts. So it will show up as a homework. Let me change this date so we can at least see one. I'll make it available today. And I'll make the quiz available for now, but I'll change this afterwards just so you can see it. Available for today. Now I should be able to just go back to assignments, and those two should be there. There we go. So when you log in, you'll have all the assignments to populate. So the homework. I have this little show work option enabled because on the quizzes I will be looking for the show work, so I practice in the homework. So a couple homework problems, not a lot, just to practice some things. And so some of these they won't have work. I have show work available to them on all. Just looking for an answer for this. It's just a drop down, final check. All right, I got it wrong, so I can click similar question, right? And I got it right. It gives me this warning about show work. If you don't have any show, that's fine. But if you are having a problem showing a problem, then I would put some work in there. I say yes on this one. I'm trying to get to one I can show work. So there's another non-show work one, so let's just find one that you can show work. So if I wanted to show work, I can type it as a text. So here's my problem, right? And if I got to see the problem, I can just shrink it down and then bring it back up. So I just use the pen because I'm getting better with the mouse. So I have x, y to the 4th to the 5th power, right? Little pre-teach here. So you distribute through. So this then equals x to the 5th, y to the 20th. You multiply, and there's a 1 on this one. Again, a little pre-teach. Hit save. And now my box is green, and then I can just type my answer in. So my answer was x to the 5th power. And you can use either hotkeys, or if you don't know the hotkeys, then you just use these little key palettes down here. And that's basically how you go through the homework, right? And you can come back and work on it later. Forgot to show you one other thing, sorry. Go back in. It's a little slow here. So there's a question help button, and depending on what assignment we're doing. So for this one, I can get help solve this, view an example. It will take me to the textbook. I can ask my instructor, which means he'll email it to me, and I could print it and just do it out on paper if you choose to. I wouldn't recommend that unless you just really like doing things on paper. I prefer view an example versus help me solve this, because if you click help me solve this, it will help you solve the problem, but then it's going to give you a new problem to do on your own. If you view an example, it gives you a similar problem that allows you to kind of look through what they did, and then you kind of do the same steps. All right, and again, if you're just really struck, just please email through Ask My Instructor versus send me an email through CM Connect, because it'll send me the problem you're working on, and I can answer you much easier than you saying homework 2, question 1.2.1, and I gotta go find it. It's quicker for both of us if you just do it this way. So I can leave that. And now if we go back to our, just click OK. Click OK. I don't know why you're not going out, so try this again. There we go. So the quiz. The quizzes are what I am going to actually count as grades, right? So when you go into quiz, you get 2 attempts. And I will reopen 1 quiz a semester if you ask me to. So it's like a test. All right, so start test. And they have a little tutorial so you can see how to answer before. What? I don't know why the show's not showing on this. I have to check. It should have a show me. There we go. So that one must have just not checked it on that one. But again, there's the show work. See, the question help is not here on these now. So some of them I think might have them, some might not, but it won't have help me solve this and all that stuff. I will go through and check because I want to put at least a textbook in there. But then you just pick your answers and you kind of go through. And if it says, again, if it's show work, I'd put something in there so I can at least give you partial credit. If you're just guessing like I am right now, then it's hard for me to give you partial credit. So then when you're done, you just hit submit quiz. I still haven't answered a question, so it's yelling at me, but fine. And then it shows everything I go to wrong, and I can hit review test, and it'll go back and let me review some things. It'll give me the right answers. I can review, and I get to take it kind of again, and I will take the higher of the 2 grades. So you say I have 1, 2 of 2 left. I got 18% on the first quiz. I can then study up, take it again. Again, this is how I take attendance. This is required. The way homework is going to work. I will average your homework grades if you do the homework and add as extra credit to the first grouping will be extra credit to the midterm, and the second grouping will be extra credit to the final. So if you do homework, there will be additional points I will add onto your midterm and final grade as extra credit. Again, you don't have to do the homeworks. You have to do the quizzes. If you don't do the homeworks, then you just whatever your midterm and final grade is, it is. So it's kind of an incentive to do the homeworks, but it is not a requirement. To get through the e-text, all right, you just click on this, and it will view the e-text. You can do chapter contents, which is a different way of looking at different chapters instead of going through the entire e-text. There's a lot on here to help you learn. I play around it, find out what features are good for you, and then versus what features are not really beneficial to you. So your grade book is where you can kind of look at your grades. Since most of this is on Pearson, your grades will be shown here, and I'll transfer them over to CM Connect, so you'll be able to see them in both places. So you should be able to register for this for your course. Get in, start playing around with it, and the homeworks and quizzes will start populating when our course officially starts. All right, please email me if you're having difficulties. Go to the course page, use the Math Lab PDF. It's not a PDF Word document, and it gives some help with pictures on how to set up the count. And that is right on the main page. All right, good luck. Email me if you have any questions, and we should have a fun course.